Hello, viewers. This is Dr. Masood, your host for this program, Cricket Central. Viewers, next Sunday on February 23rd, there will be a match between Pakistan and India for Champions Trophy. Whenever there is a match between Pakistan and India, it brings back the memories of Pakistan-India cricket rivalry, which goes for decades. And today we're going to talk about that. And I'm very lucky to find very good guest for that, very special guest. One thing is common, these guests, they are orthopedic surgeons. Two are in the USA and one in orthopedic surgeon in the UK. And we all know that orthopedic surgery is one of those fields which is most competitive in Western countries. So these gentlemen, they are very accomplished doctors in their own field, but we're not talking about their field today. We're going to talk about cricket and their memories they're going to share with us for cricket, because they have been following cricket for a long time, at least since the 80s, and we're going to talk about that. So let me introduce them a little bit, and they're going to tell about them in the meanwhile. So my first guest is Dr. Deepak Patel. Dr. Deepak Patel, he is an orthopedic surgeon, very accomplished, famous orthopedic surgeon in Australia, here in New Jersey, USA. So Deepak, please tell us a little bit about where you were born and where you found love for cricket and how long you're following cricket.
Thank you, Awais. First of all, I'm really grateful to you, your committee, and the technical committee for giving me an opportunity to take part in this prestigious program. I really mean it. I was born in Gujarat. At the age of 2, I was brought to Bombay, and I grew up there. I did my medical training between 1974 and 78. Subsequently, did MS orthopedics. Then left for England to study there in Stanmore Royal National Orthopedic Hospital, where I met Professor George Bentley, late George Dowd. Went back to India for a year and a half, came back to England for another 6 years, worked with Paul Aykroyd, Westminster Children's Hospital, Westminster Hospital, Humana Wellington Hospital, right next to Lord's Cricket Ground. And finally, in August 94, I came to America. 30 years have gone by since. I had to train again in orthopedics between 97 and 2002. So lastly, since January 2003, for the last 22 years, I'm a solo private practice in sports medicine surgery in New Jersey.
Okay, thank you. So Rifat, you are an orthopedic surgeon in Maine. So tell us about that. When did you came to USA, and a little bit of your professional background, and for how long you follow cricket?
So I was born in Lahore, and I started playing cricket in Model Town, Lahore, and went to Government College, Lahore. And after that, I came into Rawalpindi Medical College. I graduated in '84. I went to England to train, and I did all my orthopedic training, general surgery and orthopedic training in England. And after that, I decided to come to USA. I did a fellowship in pediatric orthopedics in Buffalo. And then I went back to England to practice. And after that, I came back to USA again to University of Baltimore. And I did a clinical fellowship in limb lengthening and reconstruction surgery and deformity correction surgery. After that, I went back to Pakistan and I practiced in Shifa International Hospital in Islamabad for almost 5 years. And just before September 11, I decided to leave and come back to USA. Got stuck in England on 9/11, was jobless, homeless for 3 months. And I made my way into US, and I'm in practice in this beautiful small town on the Atlantic Ocean. Called Damariscotta, and I am a general orthopedic surgeon. I've gone back into general orthopedic surgery. So my background in cricket is basically, my first recollection of cricket is Bobby Simpson's team in Rawalpindi Club ground. I was a little toddler then, and I went with my family. But my real interaction with cricket started on Zahir Abbas's 274. That was Imran Khan's first match. That match I remember so vividly. and it was Edgbaston, and Imran Khan was debutant in that match. He was 18. He didn't do anything in that match. Everybody else, I think Asif Iqbal, Mushtaq Mohammad, and Zahir Abbas was 274. And that is my first real recollection. And I have followed cricket since then. So my
Okay.
father got posted from Lahore to Peshawar, and that's where my cricketing career started. And then, our team, the school I was at, we became the NWFP champions, and we automatically qualified for the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy. In those days, it was Pro-Am champion trophy. So I
Right.
played Qaid-e-Azam Trophies 2 matches, but then after that, studies happened, and I just followed my career in medicine.
Yeah,
So I
after that,
have
medical
played
school.
some, yes. So when I went to England, I played club cricket quite a lot for about 4 or 5 years. So that's where my second revival was. But now I don't really play any cricket. I'm in US and there's no cricket here, and mostly golf.
Okay. So Rifat was our college, North Valley College team cricket team. He's a very good left-arm spinner. Very accurate, unfortunately, for us in opposing team. So he was a very useful cricketer. I mean, he was not really an all-rounder. I mean, I don't think that he was a very very good batsman, but yeah, it's purely classic left-arm spinner. Okay, so now, Arshad, how about you? I know you are from Peshawar, you are from Khyber Medical College. And so tell me a little bit about your cricket background and obviously professional. So you are in England nowadays, like as an orthopedic surgeon, but you travel all around.
Correct. And so I was born, raised in Peshawar, where I started my cricket at a cricket club level. And then I did my graduation in MBBS from Khyber Medical College. After doing some rural service for about 3 years in Marakan agency, I then came to England. So all my orthopedic training has been in England. I did 2 fellowships, one in Sheffield for limb um, reconstruction deformities, and the other one in Melbourne, in Australia, in hip arthroscopies. So at the moment, I am consultant orthopedic surgeon for about 25 years in Blackpool. I deal with mainly reconstruction of the hips and knee replacements, including revision surgery, etc. Cricket-wise, I was involved in university and club level. And then when I came to England, I played in one of the Lancashire League as well. And so that was my whole career. I started taking interest in cricket from when Pakistan visited Australia in early 70s. I remember seeing it first time on the television. And then literally when India came to Pakistan under the skippership of Bishan Singh Bedi, that was the time when I started watching cricket. And since then, I've followed it now.
Okay, so very nice. So basically, it's just a coincidence that all our guest orthopedic surgeon, I never planned like this. I was just looking for those doctor or people who have been following cricket for a long time, and that happens to be orthopedic. Maybe something. There's a correlation between orthopedic surgeon because they deal with sports injury all the time. They actually follow sports or cricket in general. Is that true? Deepak, what do you think? The orthopedic surgeon has some love for sports.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at the history of fast bowlers, most of them end up with back pain because of the way they generate the speed. They have to do hyperextension and rotation of the spine, and that can lead to defect in the pars interarticularis. So they get a stress fracture. They also get stress fracture of the tibia. The famous was Imran Khan's case when the amount of landing they do on that leg. So they get stress fracture, and then the batsmen they get all kinds of things from wrist to tennis elbow. Sachin struggled with tennis elbow for years. Then they get the rotator cuff tear in the shoulder. When they twist and turn, then the pivot, they tear the meniscus and the cruciate. So if you summarize all that, there's lumbar spine, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle sprain, Shami got ankle sprain, Hardik got ankle sprain, so you name it. So basically, what is left? Neck, back, shoulder, hip, ankle foot, hip, knee, ankle foot, and then shoulder, elbow, wrist, everything covered from upper, lower extremity to neck and lumbar spine. It's
Okay.
day in, day life.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about, we're going to share some memories about India-Pakistan cricket today. And actually, I think the golden era of India-Pakistan cricket was in the 80s. That was the only decade where there was a frequent and regular contact and tour by India and Pakistan. So, Arshad, I saw your picture. We're going to share that to upload those pictures. You have some pictures with the Indian team, which is visited Pakistan, I think, 1978, and you must be very young at that time. And you have pictures about with Gavaskar and Vishwanath. Tell me about that. How you met them?
So it was like magic moment when we knew that Indian team is coming to play Peshawar, one of the first class match. And we were awed by all the four spinners. And we said, how anybody can play against them? They were like magicians. And we were waiting for it for such a long time. And I still remember that one of our local boy, who was the only inclusion in that first class team, because most of them would be playing the test matches. And he was a fast bowler. And he hit the last two balls of the first day for two sixes against Prasanna. And we said, we met him later. I said, how could you do that? He said, I just closed my eyes and waited the bat. So that was an amazing time when we saw them in real, because we used to read about them and hear on the commentary box. So in the evening, we were very young. We went to the only 4-star or 5-star hotel in Peshawar that was. And it was an amazing time. Nobody asked us where we are going. We just asked where is the Indian team staying. I still remember on the first floor, they gave us the number for the room numbers, and we just knocked on the door. And they all were Pakistani Indian cricketers were inside. They were playing some actually cards. I think Javed Miadad was there, Mudassir was there, and Sunil Gavaskar came. He was very polite. We were 3, 4 of our colleagues. We wanted to have pictures with them. Then he went inside, asked Mr. Vishwanath to come over, and he pictured with us as well. Gave us a couple of tips how to play cricket. And that was it. And I can't believe that nowadays you cannot even go around that hotel where the teams are staying.
Oh,
And
yes.
and they were so polite, so helpful. Perhaps they were not being chased for by so many people at the same time. And so that was my fond memories. And then the 3 test matches which came in Faisalabad, Lahore, and Karachi, they were defining moments. And perhaps that was one of the last series where Bishan Singh Bedi then faded out, perhaps because they lost 2-0 to Pakistan. But I think they were coming towards the end of their career as well. And Venkataraghun kept on playing after that, but most of them then retired after that series.
Yeah, I think Bedi, actually, in those days, it happened that if you lose to Pakistan or cricket or vice versa, your career is in jeopardy. Okay, so I think Bedi left Pakistan. He lost his series. After that, I think he retired. Same thing happened, I think, a few years later when Asif Iqbal took a team to India and Pakistan lost 2-0 in test match. After that, he never came back to Pakistan. He just retired. He announced his retirement from while in India. I said, okay, I'm done. I lost to India. That's a crime I did. So that was kind of pressure they were under. So Deepak, tell me about you have any close contact with India or Pakistan cricket or watch some game closely and your memories about that?
Yeah,
My
sure.
fondest
Okay.
memory of cricket is 2 balls bowled by Imran Khan, one to Gandappa Vishwanath and one to Sunil Gavaskar. Vishwanath well left the ball. This came from the fourth stump, and it got him bowled out. And he stood there for almost 30 seconds, stunned as to what had hit him. And same thing happened to the Gavaskar. But that was Imran Khan's peak in the 80s. I think it was 79, 80 series. And
82.
those were to me, yeah. So those were like the balls of the century for me. And they were, I think, reverse swinging. Imran Khan was reverse swinging, and he was really very fast at the peak of his career. So those are my two really, and I am actually a little annoyed that those 2 balls are never mentioned by anybody.
Exactly, as
So
a like ball of the century or ball of the decade or whatever. I think that was the
Yes.
series when Imran Khan took 40 wickets. I think that was the last time anybody, maybe after that, Vaughan did that 40 wickets in a test series, but nothing after that. 40, test wickets in a test series was amazing in those days. And the worst thing is that
Yes.
Imran Khan knew that he has some fracture, like hairline fracture. He said he kept on doing that. He knew
Yes.
that after that, I'm damaging myself, but he was so, up to winning that series that he just kept on and bearing that pain. But so that was great. Okay. So
Yes.
again,
He
Deepak,
lost a
about
couple of
you.
years after that.
Yeah, he 2 years as a bowler. So Deepak, about you? You have any memories of close contact with India, Pakistan cricketers? Or...
Sure, sure. During my Bombay days in high school, I used to go to Brabourne Stadium. Wankhede was not made those days. So I met everybody, Australians, England, West Indians, but never Pakistanis. Look at my luck. Then I leave for England in 1992, June. Pakistan came to England for a 5 day series after a long time. And my hospital was on the Lord's Cricket Ground, Humana Wellington Hospital. So that was a perfect chance, June 1992. Javed Miada was captain, Amar Sohail, Ramiz Raza, Salim Malik, Young Inzamam. So I went downstairs because they practice an hour before they go to the main ground and met everybody. But then I saw a cameraman focusing on somebody in the corner and they're not even looking at the entire Pakistani team. So I said, what's going on? The team is here. Why nobody is saying hi to them? He says, there is a young fast bowler who's just joined. And every cameraman is clicking him left and right. He's a right-arm fast bowler, sensational, pairing Wasim Akram. His name is Wakar Yunus. So I met Wakar. And then the rest is history. Actually, Birmingham and Manchester was washed out. And then they won, they lost in Leeds, but they won in Oval and Lords. So the Pakistan won the series 2-1. And the last day of the fifth match, they needed 140 to win. Listen to this one. And they lost 8 wickets. And the 60 more runs, 60 plus needed. And who saved them? Wakar 45 not out. Wasim Akram 45 not out. And Wakar Yunus 20 not out. And they won the test match in Lords. I was watching that live. And of course, I met all
Oh,
these youngsters. And then
yeah,
lately, I
that,
met Shaheen Shah in Dubai in January 2024. He was watching Burj Khalifa Tower. I just ran into him, say hi to him, told him what Wakar and Wasim Akram were before you were born. I told him because he's a young kid and he was listening to me.
yeah, Wakar. He missed that World Cup before that series, and he came back after a long injury. I think he was probably lost some pace, but he was very, very effective. I think Wasim and Wakar both won that series for Pakistan. Very good series. So, yes, that was a great series.
Always,
So,
that was a lethal pace combination. I was watching. There was a white man sitting next to me. He says, "Can you see the ball? It's swinging off the air, off the pitch, and the toe crusher. We could not see the ball, live eyes. It was that fast. And it was one is lefty, one is righty. The whole world was totally puzzled by them.
so let me share my memories about close contact, or I saw the Indian player closely. It was 1989. We already had done medical school. I was working as a doctor over there in Rawalpindi. And due to our some close contact with Rifat Nose, we used to get some seats very close to pavilion. And we were sitting very close to pavilion. There used to be a traditional 3 day match at Rawalpindi before test series would start. So I saw this Indian team, Kapil Dev, Azhar, and everybody. And there was a very young guy there. Actually, he was a baby. He was a 16 officially, but he looked like 14. So because his baby, fat was still there, and everybody called, hey, Sachin, Sachin, Sachin. So Indian team, Kapil would say, Sachin, idhar aao, cha pile, something like that. So that was my first introduction with Sachin. I was talking to people. I said, this is young boy. Hopefully they will not expose him in front of Wakar Yunus and Wasim Akram. They will kill him. So yeah, people said, no, they just brought him just for experience. He's too young to face Wakar Yunus and Wasim Akram. But boy, we saw that the way he faced. We knew that why he turned out to be one of the greatest cricketer ever produced by India or actually cricketing world. I remember that in Sialkot, Pakistan made a very fast wicket deliberately, and Wakar was bowling at like a sheer pace. And there was one ball hit to him. We felt bad to him. Okay, I said now he's done. His confidence is lost. His confidence lost, but why? He came back. He started attacking. Wakar and Wasim, and he made a 50. So we knew that this guy belonged to a different league. So that was my memory about Tendulkar. So let me ask you guys. So there has been very exciting moment in India-Pakistan cricket history. So let me ask you, what was the most exciting moment for you? Okay, Deepak, I start from you. I mean, what you could remember that?
Oh God, I'd never forget April 1986, the famous Australia Asia Cup. They call it Australia Asia Cup. Uh, India scored like 245 for seven or something, and then it all came down to Javed Miadad. 9 wickets were lost. He was playing with a bowler, one ball, 4 runs needed, and Chetan Sharma is bowling so full toss, and he pulled it over mid wicket. Last ball sixer, and took away the cup from India. Javed Miadad, Sharjah Cup, April 1986.
Yeah, that was a kind of heartbreaking for you. But any excitement you got, like any moment you say that okay, you remember that?
Yeah,
That's create very
excitement. One
excitement.
more was there are two. So this was an example of ODI, and then one more was a Chennai 1999 test where it was a difficult pitch to bat. Sachin scored 136, he got out, and then Sakleen, my God, Sakleen took away the match, and India lost the test match by 12 runs. And that's one of the most fascinating, exciting test match you'll ever see. Pakistan snatching from India's mouth. And the last one, exciting moment was when Kohli hit two ball, two sixes to Harris Roth in the penultimate over in the Melbourne, October 22, 2022. It's kind of
Yeah, that
exciting
was
because it was Pakistan's match, and somehow India got two sixes, otherwise we had lost it.
exactly. That was must be very. I mean, heartbreaking for us, but obviously for an Indian fan, that must be very exciting. So, Arshad, what do you think? Any particular moment you can recall?
So I agree with Deepak. I think most exciting moment was Javed Miadad's six on the in 1986. But I feel that Chetan Sharma for chap was, wrongly accused because Azharuddin missed a clear run out where Tosif and Javed Miadad on the last wicket were almost standing on the one side, and he threw the ball on the wicket and missed it. So I think that was more defining moment. So that was very exciting as a young boy seeing those wins. But I feel that when Misbah Haq mishit that his shot in the 2007 Johannesburg, the T20 final, that was very heartbreaking. We expected that he's going to carry through the final, and he still had 3 balls left and scoring 5 runs, 6 runs they had to score. And I feel like as India would have felt really heartbreaking in 1986, we felt the same. But Indian teams did exceptionally well in those last moments and won the final. So these are two very exciting moments I had about the rivalry between Pakistan and India.
He was
Great.
doing
So,
so well. He
sorry, go
was
ahead,
doing
Deepak.
so well. He was hitting Harbhajan Singh straight, sixers after sixers. All he had to do is one more six. He also hit one six to even the last bowler, Joginder.
Yeah,
But then, for some reason, he decided not to hit straight, and it was his game, and he wanted to
he
scoop.
was very
He was a slow bowler. If he was a
trying.
fast bowler, he would have got it. He was a slow bowler, so he could not scoop too far.
Exactly. He was trying to
As
be
the rush,
creative. But anyway, if you want to add anything? I know you said that Dr. Imran Khan's, delivery of the century, that was very exciting. Any other exciting moment you want to share?
Yeah, so I think Javed Miandad's sixer is probably, in the Indian subcontinent, the biggest thing that has happened. But I think one other thing which stands out for me is that 10-wicket win that Pakistan pulled off against India. I can't remember that game. It was Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. They actually both played so phenomenal, and they just beat the heck out I can't recollect the year actually, but that was really exciting.
Yeah, if you ask me, I have a different take on this. For me, the most exciting moment was when Pakistan won in Bangalore. Okay, that test match. So that was under Imran Khan in '87, I think, because that series was both teams was so cautious approach they had because all the four tests was drawn and there was a last test. I think India was also did not want Pakistan to leave the country, India, without losing any match. So I think they, for their own strength, they created very turning wicket and it was very difficult wicket to bowl to bat. Only player like Gavaskar could bat. He made an excellent 97 at a classic in a difficult field. But what happened that Pakistan won that very close match, very exciting. I think for me that was the most exciting moment of cricket I have seen. I mean, there are other moments also like 2017 Champion Trophy match that was exciting and many, but for me that was one. Most heartbreaking, if I would say, I think for me that was 2011 World Cup semi-final at Mohali, which Pakistan could have won, but I think many people, including me, blame Misbah for that. Also, again, because he was playing for quote unquote draw. Because Pakistan, he was playing very defensively and he he played so defensively that we lost any hope. And that was very, very heartbreaking for us as a Pakistani cricket follower. So, yeah. So that was the exciting and heartbreaking moment in India Pakistan cricket. Now I have to ask you, gentlemen, one more question. So, who is the most you admire a cricketer from the opposite team, Deepak, who is the one cricketer or a couple of cricketer in Pakistan team you admire most, and you wish that there would be Pakistan team or
Yeah,
Indian team?
unfortunately, the long list because I've been following cricket for good 45, 50 years for Pakistan and India. But if I turn the clock back, I want Zahir Abbas, I want Muhammad Yusuf, I want Imran Khan, I want Wakar and Wasim Akram and Waka Yunus. Present team, I want Babar Azam. I want Muhammad Yusuf also, but I want Babar Azam. And India doesn't have fast bowler, so I want Shaheen Shah Afridi.
I think India has better fast bowler nowadays than Pakistan. Let me tell you, it's my opinion. Okay, so Arshad, what do you think? Whom the Indian cricketer you admire most, or a couple of cricketers?
There are two of them I admire the most. We changed actually the face of Indian cricket and gave us the new dimension which we see now was Sunil Gavaskar because they used to Indian team inherently were not very good in playing against fast bowling. And when he took over, he actually faced the West Indians, Australians, and Pakistani fast bowlers, gave the batsmen confidence to say, yes, we can play against them. So I will take Sunil Gavaskar. And then the fast bowling maestro was Kapil Dev. I remember seeing him making his test debut. And since then, the face of fast bowling in India changed. He gave them the confidence to say we can produce good fast bowlers as well. So in 2025, what you see the confidence and aggressive approach from the Indian cricket team was first built by these two people. So if I have to, I will have Gavaskar and Kapil Dev in my team.
Great. Rifat, what do you think about this? Who is the Indian cricketer you admire most?
MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni
Okay.
was a brilliant cricketing mind and a brilliant captain and a brilliant wicketkeeper and batsman. I mean, he's like the top of the list for me. After that is Kohli and Sehwag. I have a lot of admiration for these guys. But MS Dhoni is one person. I think he was just like a head and shoulders above everybody in cricketing brain.
Okay. My list is a bit different. So basically, MS Dhoni on top of one of the top ones. Okay. Gavaskar, absolutely great player and one of the top cricketers the world have ever seen, and Tendulkar also. But again, my favorite Indian cricketer is Kapil Dev for the many reasons which Arshad already told. The biggest thing is that, he changed Indian cricket forever. And at age of 24, he led Indian team to win the World Cup. against whom? Probably the best ever world team we have seen, West Indian team. And actually, the credit goes to him that he was a very young man, but in the team he has many senior people also. And to get respect from them and team cooperation is a big thing because he led from front. Remember that the match against Zimbabwe? I mean, he scored
Yes.
175 and throughout. So after that, the one important thing, not many people know that he was so physically fit. He was so, committed cricketer that as fast bowler, he never missed a single test because of injury. Okay, couple of tests he missed because of he has some problem with the Indian board and they actually dropped him, quote unquote, dropped him, but he never missed, from the. So this is the only fast bowler you will see who played more than 100 tests but never got injured. Deepak, do you remember he had any serious injury?
Nope. He never had any medical injury or orthopedic injury to the best. Never came
And he,
or anything.
yeah, he like more than 400 wickets and never got injured. I mean, that's amazing. So that's not mine. Okay. So that was about a lot of memories we shared. So now the final question from you guys. There's a match with Pakistan India next Sunday. What are your predictions? How do you see the Pakistan India team? Okay, what do you think? What's your prediction about that match?
Is it?
You want me to start?
Okay, Deepak, you can start. No, that's fine.
Well, actually, the smartest answer is let cricket win on that day. We want the best ball bowling. We don't want that. I want cricket to win.
Something more like, candid answer.
Sure. So, on merit, if ODI performance, India is relatively doing better than Pakistan. We just recently beat England 3-0 ODI performance. So on that merit, we should beat Pakistan. But on that day, the one who plays best will win.
Okay. Let's see. Arshad, what do you think?
Statistics are against Pakistan, as you can see, in all the World Cup formats. So yes, it's the performance on the day which matters. If I have to be very realistic, I think 60-40 to India. Of course, I want Pakistan to win, but we have to also understand that a good team should win. And overall, I find that Indian team has got that edge on Pakistan.
Yes. Okay, Rifat, what's your opinion?
I think as a follower of Pakistani cricket, I have to say Pakistan, but it depends on which Shaheen Shah Afridi turns up on that day and which Babar Azam turns up on that day.
Okay, will not be that much dramatic because I think on current form, India are definitely favorite. So I rated that Pakistan team has 30% chances and India has 70% chances. But when I saw that, unfortunately, Bumrah is injured, so that actually gave me 60-40 chances, 60 for India and 40 for Pakistan. So let's see. I'm really, I want a close match. I don't want a match to finish like hours before it's speculative time. So hopefully we'll have a good match. Okay. So
Hopefully.
With that, yeah, we'll wrap up this program. Thank you very much for all of you. And you are busy. Orthopedic surgeon, and you took some time. Particularly, Rifat, you are doing your on-call things, and thank you very much for spending some time. Hope you all enjoy this program. Thank you very much.